Okay, I'm in the shed and I'm going to record a video about Music Craft Grade 1 syllabus. Here we go. A semibreve or a whole note is just a circle that's not coloured in. It's usually worth 4 beats and it can be a rest. It's so heavy it makes a hole in the line and looks like that. Next we have a minim or half note, which is a circle that's not coloured in with a stem. And this one goes up like that, and that's the rest. That means don't play. Then we've got a crotchet, which is a coloured in circle with a line, and its rest looks a bit like that, and that means 1 beat in most situations. A quaver has a couple of ways of looking. It can look like this with a flag on it, and if you have 2 of them together it gets a bit messy, so we join them up with a beam. When it's done as a rest, you draw sort of like a number 7, and that's a quaver or 8th note rest, and it's worth 0.5 of a beat. So these two here would be 0.5 plus 0.5 of a beat, and this is worth 0.5 of a beat. A dot adds half the value of the note. So if I go a crotchet, which is a coloured in circle with a stem, that's worth 1 beat, and the dot adds half of that again, plus half. Great, that's easy. A dotted minim is a circle with a line, that's the minim. A dot adds half the value of the note, so it's usually worth 2 beats plus the dot, which is worth half the value, so plus 1 equals 3 beats. Meter, so simple duple means 2 crotchet beats per bar. So you could have 2 crotchets like this. There's a bar line that's into that bar, but you could also just have something worth 2 crotchet beats. So something like that. Simple triple is 3 crotchet beats per bar. You could have 3 crotchets per bar. I can't fill them in quick enough. Or something worth 3 crotchets. So that minim plus that would be worth 3 crotchets. Simple quadruple is 4 crotchet beats per bar. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't draw it any faster. 4 crotchet beats, or something worth 4 crotchet beats. A minim, plus a rest, plus another crotchet. What about if we had 2 quavers here instead? So that would be worth 4 crotchet beats in the bar. Last, we have compound duple, which is super confusing. We have 6 8th notes per bar, like this. But when we join the 8th notes up, or the quavers, we're going to join them up in groups of 3. And that gives us a duple, or 2 beats. So there's beat 1, and there's beat 2. Don't forget that, of course, you can also just make something worth 6 quavers. So like that. And then maybe we could go like this. So that would be worth 6 quavers as well. Right, next. Syncopation. In all music, the pulse has a sort of pattern to it. So here's our pulse in the music, which is the crotchets, and we're going strong, weak, medium, weak. And that kind of is how music feels, and it gives the music some forward momentum. If we accent the weak beat, we've syncopated a bar. We could do it like that. We could put an accent on it, something like that. We've accented a weak part of the bar. A treble clef tells us where the letter G is. So that is the letter G, and then we go up the alphabet. A, B, C, D. You get the idea. Or if we're going to go down, G, F, E, D, C. A bass clef tells us where the letter F is. So this is the letter F. And then we go up the alphabet. G, A, B, or C. This is the letter F. And we go down. E, D, C, B, A. Ledger lines is what happens when we go up the top up here when we get too high. So ledger line is when we just add more lines in. So I put my treble clef in. I'm going to say that's telling me that this is a G. I just happen to know that this is an F, this is a G, and I'm running out of space, so I'm just going to add another line, and that's an A. Ooh, And then I added space. A note there, that's a B. That's a C. That's a D. I stuffed that one up a bit. Bass clef ledger lines, it's the same thing. If we're running out of space, the bass clef tells us this is an F. I know that this is an A down here. Oh, I just happen to know that. A, we go down here, a G, F. I'm running out of space, but I just add another line. That's an E, then that's a D, that's a C, that's a B. Yeah, and you can go up here as well. That's a C, that's a D, E. Accidentals, if I put my treble clef, which is telling me the letter G, so this note's a G, here's a G. If I put a sharp in front of it, it raises it. It takes it from this note to this one here. If I put a flat, can I get rid? Oh no! Well, I'll do it again. If I put a flat on it, it takes it from this note to this note, takes it down or to the left, makes it a little bit lower. That's what your accidentals are doing. Enharmonic equivalent. If you're super clever, you can work out that this note, F sharp, is F sharp up there. If I do this note, G flat, it's G flat, which is also this note here. So enharmonic equivalent means the same note with a different name. Major scale pattern. If I want to do a major scale, which is all the white notes, I go that one, tone, tone, and then these ones are right next to each other, so that's a semitone. Tone, 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 semitone. And then I'm going to put that into actual notation. So I'm going to go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and then I'm going to do in a different color, tone. That's the gap between these notes, tone, and this one's a semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So it's a pattern of a major scale, and it's helpful for working out what a major scale is sometimes. A minor scale is a little bit different. Oh, we're going to start with pink this time. A minor scale, if we're in C, goes like this. Tone, and then it goes up to this note, so then it's a semitone. Then we're going to go tone, and then we're going to go tone, then we're going to go up to this note, semitone, tone, tone. So the pattern would be tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone for a minor scale. And it looks like this when you turn it into notes. C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. And then we could put the things on it. So this is a tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone. And if you were super clever, you could work out in a new color that if you sort of started here, then from there on is the pattern of the major scale that we just did. You don't actually need to know the minor scale pattern. You actually need to know the harmonic minor scale pattern, and that's next. It's not. It's next. Okay, harmonic minor pattern goes tone, and then semitone, tone, tone, semitone, and then it does this big jump from here right up to the B, which is tone and a half, and then finishes with a semitone. So let's turn that into some music. So we're going to go start on C to D, that's a tone, E flat, semitone, F, G, A flat. Then we're going to do a giant jump up to B natural and then finish with a semitone. So here we go. Tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone and a half. So tone and a semitone put together. I like to call it a temisone, but that's not a real word. And then we finish with a semitone on the end. So the pattern for a harmonic minor would be tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, temisone, semitone. That's enough of that. Probably bored of that. Oh, now let's just practice writing out these scales. C major scale. Looks like this. Treble clef. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Done. Next. What's next? G major looks like this. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And instead of writing it here, we could write the F sharp up here, and that's called a key signature. D major has 2 sharps. It looks like this. D, I keep singing the same scale. G, A, B, C sharp, D. I don't know about that singing that time, so sorry. I did a key signature again over there, and I put in accidentals. What's next? F major has, what color are you in? Has a B flat in it. So it goes F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. And I've done a key signature and the accidental, which you usually would just choose one or the other. B flat major has 2 flats, B and E flat. Let's start, we're going to have to use a ledger line, so we could start down here, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. I've done both. Ooh, what do we got next? A harmonic minor. So this one would have to use the tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, semitone, semitone. So we can start on A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp. I won't keep singing, that's super annoying. That's a harmonic minor. Now what we do is this 7th note, we don't put that in the key signature. So in this case, a harmonic minor has no sharps or flats in the key signature over here. What's next? E harmonic minor. We're going to go treble clef again. We'll do it all in treble clef. Now, E harmonic minor has an F sharp in the key signature, or uses an accidental. E, there's my F sharp. I'm going to write it here as an accidental as well. A, B, C, D. I'm going to raise the 7th to make it to make this my semitone or tone and a half, and then finish with a semitone on the end. That's E harmonic minor. Oh, let's do this one. D, E, F, G, A, B flat. We'll put it in the key signature. Then we've got to do somehow from here to here, we've got to do a semitone or a tone and a half. So we're going to go, that's going to be up to C sharp. Then we finish with a semitone. Shall I mark the ones in this? Tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone. Done the semitone, semitone. Got any left? Oh, G harmonic minor, okay. Maybe you could write this out yourself. G harmonic minor, G, A, B flat. G harmonic minor has the key signature of B flat and E flat. C, D, E flat. I've got to go a semitone or a tone and a half, which means I've got to get an F sharp. I don't put it in the key signature because I'm just adding it because it's weird. I'll finish with a double bar line, and that's pretty good. Shall I mark it in just so you know? Tone, that's the gap between these two. Semitone, tone, tone, semitone. Put the semitone in already, and then semitone. Clear as mud. Scale degrees. If I write the scale of F major, sometimes I might want to tell people, instead of the letter name saying that's F, G, A, B flat, I might want to just use numbers. And so I would go 1, 2 with this little thing on the top. This little thing tells me it's a scale degree. It's called a caret, but not spelled like that, spelled C-A-R-E-T. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, sometimes what you'll get asked to do, which is really common in music, is can you please put the scale degrees on these random notes from F major. So then you'd have to go, this is the 1st of F major, this is the 3rd, this is the 2nd, this is the 4th, this is the 5th. Generic intervals. An interval in music is the distance between 2 notes. but it starts at number 1. So from here to here, I just made a smiley face, is a 1/th. From there to there is a 2th. From there to there is 3. There to there is 4. You get the idea? That should have a B flat on it. There to there is 5. There to there is 6. There to there is 7. There to there is 8, if you count them. Okay, yeah, good. Tonic means the first note of the scale. Triad means like 3, like triceratops or triangle or trigonometry. So it means add a triad, 3 notes in thirds. Oh no, look at that. That was so messy. That's what a tonic triad is, a chord on the first note of the scale. A dominant means 5th. So a chord on the 5th note of the scale, or a triad on the 5th note of the scale. Done. Did I skip a page? Oh well, too late now. Staccato, no, means short and detached. So if I write a crotchet and I want it to be short, I put a little dot on it and it means short and detached. Legato is where I want 2 notes smoothly played together. So, and I'll do that with a little slur like that. Or I could even do it with a longer slur if I wanted. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then put a slur over the top of all of them. And that means to play smoothly. A bar line is what we've done before, is like that, just makes a bar line. Double bar line is just when you put 2 lines and it usually means the end of a section. A slur we just talked about. A tie is if I'm in a bar and I want to join this note to this note across a bar line, I need to tie it. And now it means you don't play the second note. You just play one note. A repeat sign is when I get to this end of this section with the double bar line, I want you to go back to the corresponding part with the 2 dots like that and play everything that's in here. And there might be like 24 bars in here. Must be almost at the end. Oh, here we go. Adagio, slow, slow, walking pace, moderate pace. Allegro means fast and lively. Allegretto means faster and lively. Vivace, fast. Presto, very fast. Accelerando, gradually get faster. These 3 here all mean the same thing, gradually get slower. If you're sick of people getting slower, then you put a tempo, which means go back to the original tempo. These are dynamics. How loud are they? This is written like this, very soft, soft. Mezzo forte means moderately loud. Forte, written like this, means loud. Crescendo means gradually get louder. Decrescendo means gradually get softer. We must be close to the end. Oh, this is accents. Sforzando looks like that, means accent the note nice and loud. Rinforzando means accent the note nice and loud. Actually, you know, rinforzando actually means reinforce the note, which means play it like with an accent. You have to know these instrument families, which is pretty straight ahead, I guess. And you have to know these instruments and how they make sound. And they use an embouchure hole or reeds or double reeds. So the flute uses an embouchure hole, the oboe uses a double reed, clarinet uses a single reed, and the bassoon uses a double reed. And I think we're done. Okay, I hope that's helpful. See you around.